Great to see you all at the Mahkra Fishpacking Plant. Many of you will recall it when it might have been your first encounter with some synths. This place is crawling with the bodies of dead raiders as the Institute rolled through here, and let's just say the raiders weren't much match to all of the troopers. Now, they will be your problem when you go in, and if you do choose to exit and they detect you, well, you're going to have a firefight once you get outside. There is an awful lot to see just outside this factory, so let's get right into it. Firstly, check every single one of these sheds here and you can find a little bottle cap mine. Around the corner is another storage shed, but it is an advanced lock. However, if you get the raider that's leaning out here, you can get the facilities key. That'll make it much easier to get inside of here, where you can get a robot model kit, which will build you sometimes a rather cool custom looking robot. In my case, I got half a Gutsy and half a Sentry Bot. Not a bad find. The explosives is probably what most people want to see first. There's also a little message in a bottle that will lead you to a secret steamer trunk. We'll have a wee look at that once we exit the building. You can see that the raiders used this trailer as some sort of, a little barracks. Not a bad idea. On the roof, there is even more dead raiders with a sniper rifle, so we'll go straight on up so you can see that there. Occasionally there might be one that survives and walks about, although I've never seen that before, so that's a first for me. Another raider, and if we head all the way to the end here, it should be a pretty decent sniper rifle. In my case, it's a hardened combat sniper rifle. Not bad. And let's head straight on in. Although you do have two choices. One, you can go through the front door. Alternatively, and with no bobby pins or lockpicking skill required, we can in fact go through the roof here. With another dead raider body. There's so much you might have to haul their armor back to base before you even get into the factory. This will bring you down a set of ladders and into the facility. Again, there's no synths at this point, so you're pretty much free to loot, and if you want to leave at any point, that is a perfectly okay option. But we have plenty of stories and a skill book at the end of the dungeon, so let's get reading here. Boston Blue. Good news, we were able to secure a contract with two local boats who agreed to supply us with half their bluefish. While 100% would have been great, at least we're making a dent in our competitors' inventory. With the bluefish in full migration up north at this time, this will help keep the inventory steady. Now, note that was from Jane. She'll feature in the next one here. George, I'm leaving early. The fumes from the delivery trucks are giving me a migraine again. How many times do I need to tell maintenance to fix the ventilation fans in here? Could you be a dear and finish up the draft of the new haddock contract I've been working on? You're the best. Thanks. Then October 23 or 23rd. As you know, the bombs fell at this point, so everyone's hearing sirens outside, right? Can someone please tell me what's going on? No one will let us out. They said to lock up and wait until we hear back from them. That was 30 minutes ago. Also, Dave, if you're coming up anytime, could you be a dear and bring me a Nuka-Cola? Seems George had the last one up here. So, obviously, they were stuck in here while the bombs were falling. The raiders taking it over was a little later on, and then obviously the synths extremely recently. In fact, I would say the raiders were alive not but a couple of hours before you show up. Going in here, you can see the imports and exports of what this place provided per day. Cod, haddock, Boston Blue, founders. And as you go through them, you can see demand increases or decreases. Perhaps there was a bit of a laundering operation going on here, but it seems that this was probably a pretty normal business. With the Boston Blue, the numbers go up quite drastically because, of course, they got that little contract. There's traps. Suppose this is the best time for you to notice that. Also, it'll set the truck ablaze, so if you forget about it, well, you know, you're going to have a wee bit of a bad time there. Activating the button will bring up the elevator. If you set off the explosives, the synths probably will know you're already here, although they're going to find out sooner or later, so let's head on down. Nice, very cinematic. Be careful to bring companions onto the elevator, otherwise you won't have them helping you. And when you go back up, synths will spawn. So if you leave your companion up there, they could maybe do a bit of damage to them. So bear that in mind as well. Plenty of dead raiders here once again, and a chain door. That is where we will exit towards the end of the video. So let's mosey on through here. Lots of items. Be sure to go through into each of the little sheds here. And then as we are walking down the conveyor belts, you can either go use the catwalks if you want a bit more of a high ground advantage, or go toe to toe with the synths. Either way, you will have to take care of most of them before getting to this portion. These trays are worth 1 aluminium or aluminum each. Be sure to pick them up. There's about 84 of them, making this the best location in the game for aluminium or aluminum. I like swapping between the two. There's a little protectron you can activate if you need a bit of assistance or a bullet sponge for the next portion of this. And we have a wee novice terminal here, which will do just that. Continuing on through the facility here, you will eventually stop upon a legendary synth and a synth leader, so you've got both. And there might even be a legendary one when you get outside the facility. Reading into here, this is from Dave, one of the people that Jane was communicating with. Larry, seems someone accidentally bumped into the thermostat today, raising the temperature full 3 degrees. Our maintenance guys discovered the problem during a routine check of 6 PM. This is the 3rd time this sort of thing has happened. Last time we almost lost we ended up losing our entire inventory for the day. Our guys here say that they were lucky this time and the day supply wasn't spoiled. Let me know if you want the scientists to come down and do an analysis of a few batches to make sure. Nuka. Jane, sorry, I won't be able to make it up with your Nuka. They've shut off the main lift, so it seems we'll be stuck down here for a while. If you hear anything else about what's going on outside, let me know. I felt some rumbling and shaking a little while ago, and a couple of the shipments fell off the shelves, but nothing we can't take care of. Anyway, take care, and again, let me know if you hear anything. There is a lot of concerned people down here. They just simply did not know what was happening, and, well, they just were left here, seemingly abandoned. Heading over, you can pick up a nice skill book, Tomorrow's Technology for Today's Super Soldiers, which will gain you a nice wee bit of critical damage to energy weapons. There's an expert lock safe, and just other bits of items lying around. If we continue on up, you will run into the final boss here. Oh, an eradicator actually. That must be the synth leader. Yep, it is indeed. Behind him lies the steamer trunk full of items at the end of the little course here, and a wee duffel bag for you to pick up. Unchain the door and we can reactivate the lift. You're not stuck down here, by the way. You can turn the lift on and off if it's getting too much for you and head back on out. You'll still be faced with synths on the way out, so again, a location that you're probably best being heavily armed for. So let's head on outside and get ourselves some more items. The message in a bottle here can be found directly east, near an overturned rowboat. Take it and it will give you this message. Come out to the coast, we'll get together, have a few laughs. Giving you a little miss quest called Message in a Bottle, difficult to kill. Which it will, if you activate it in your Pip-Boy, point you right over to this little boy here. Once you reach it, all it is a matter of diving straight down. If I take away the water, you could probably see it a little clearer. The steamer trunk will have now spawned beside this guy who is with a teddy bear and some duct tape inside of a trunk for some reason. Lots of items for the taking, and plus it completes the quest. There's no XP gain for it, but it's pretty neat, and I recommend you would do it in any playthrough. Next up, underneath the bridge here towards the fish packing plant is a little hideout. Inside is not only a fusion core, but a glowing one, usually bloated. Sometimes they're locked behind this door, though occasionally they won't be, so you'll be in for a fight. It seems whoever was in here decided to, well, drink some rat poison in order to cope with the situation outside. Although all the radioactive barrels meant that some of them obviously turned into ghouls and fought one another. Guess the glowing one made it out. Pick up the fusion core, and that's the Mahkra Fishpacking Plant in the area, all sorted. Thank you for watching. See you all in the next one.